What up, family? Ghetto News reporter Mary Dash between the mayor and the lead. Today is Moon Monday in my city, Chicago. January the 16th, 2023. Allegedly, Martin Luther King celebration holiday. His birthday was yesterday. Family, I went to church yesterday. I'm not going to mention the church name, but, it's not too far from where I stay in my city, Chicago. And, you know, I like going to church. But because some people are intimidated when it comes to people they can't quite understand, or people they know that have made an impact on a lot of other people's lives more so than the church, because the church is $1 trillion a year business. Think about that. Let that simmer in your spirit. $1 trillion a year business, religion. And there's only so many billion of people in the world. Now, the church I went to, they talked about Martin Luther King, and the pastor, when he was a young boy, shook the hand of Martin Luther King and didn't know the impact he was having on him at the time. Martin Luther King, with the pastor, he didn't realize how big a deal that was. Now, Martin Luther King, okay, he was a decent person, but we all know we all have flaws and stuff. He messed up, okay, but God chose me. Mary Lee, your ghetto news reporter, originator of rap music since the age of 8, 1975, and a person that's continued to stand up for child abuse victims, because I was a child abuse victim myself at the age of 6 in 1973. Now, the Bible said all have fallen short of the glory of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? We all are sinners, okay? Real talk. Romans, I think, chapter 3 and 23. Basically says something. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor, but, I know where I'm going with this. Stick it out with me. Long story short, the pastor, had a father. And I was talking to somebody yesterday I hadn't talked to in a while. And she said that the father was a little more lenient when it came to diversity. But the son, of course, was a little more harsh. Now, the son had this one lady that was working for him. She was the piano lady, And I used to go to church, to his church, and I saw her, and I was like, when people are gay. You understand what I'm saying? Let's put it like this. I know my people. Now, I don't drink, drugs, smoke, or fornicate. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And it's just because I'm trying to work on myself, figure out what's going on with the world. You understand? Because everybody want to blame gay people for their problems and stuff, when 9 times out of 10 gay people are gay because of other people problems, heterosexual problems. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe beating their kids, raping their kids, taking advantage of people or whatever, and then gay came about or whatever and stuff, and they don't want you to be that either. So, long story short, we all falling short, right? So, I heard through the grapevine that the piano lady, you know, wanted to marry her significant other, a wife. And he fired her. You understand what I'm saying? The pastor, homophobic or whatever. Now, it's gay rights and all that. Ooh, out the bam. Every time I go to church, they always disrespecting me, calling me a man, and I try to play it off. You understand what I'm saying? So I saw the pastor yesterday. I said, you think you could tell your people to stop disrespecting me because, I'm a lady, I'm a girl, and I know you know this and stuff. People use you for what they want to use you for. Not only that, I gave this same pastor my song that my higher power gave to me, called Time and Time Again. And I've been asking for it back and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? He don't want to give it to me or whatever. I didn't even mention it, you know, yesterday or whatever and stuff, because God gave it to me again and a little better or whatever. But I know he wanted to try to upstage me, because when I gave it to him one week and I went the next week, you know, understand what I'm saying? He had his children singing, and it was like a competition, and it wasn't even about that. It was just I was going through some, and I didn't want to lose the song, so I put it in the plate, with the money or whatever and stuff, hoping I can get it back. But they're not giving that song back. You understand what I'm saying? I can't even get my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors Plus One song that I've written and given to my city, Chicago, and everybody has it or whatever. Long story short, I said all this to say this. I beat Martin Luther King on his birthday yesterday. I broke the balls and it landed on the one fell and the seven. Now that's 8 all day or 17. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And I gave Oprah Winfrey my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984. And 7 and 1 is 8. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And I became the originator of rap music at the age of 8 in 1975. You understand? That was my gift. And people have exploited it, stolen it, used it up, haven't got nothing out the deal. The most I've had at one time for working, for myself is about $25,000. Now I could have bought a brand new car and called it a day, but I invested it in the future, which is the millenniums. You understand what I'm saying? These people that's coming up now and they looked at me selling merchandise and stuff when I was out there in the street selling music and you know advocating for them to be able to be somebody or whatever and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Putting people on high like the rappers and stuff. Nobody came back and thanked me or nothing like that. Okay, I don't care about that. I understand you don't like me and stuff. You just use me up and stuff. Okay, but in the end, you're gonna have to pay for your sins and stuff. Real talk. Now, if y'all do not like gay people, why do you take our money and stuff? You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not even gay right now, but I'm advocating for the ones who have been slighted, like the church lady that was, the pianist in the church and stuff. He fired because of love. You know, love is, if you don't know, is the 11th commandment. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. It's one of the commandments and stuff. Now, I don't believe God hate people for, loving a person no more than God hate a person for killing a person. You understand what I'm saying? If you had a choice, what would you pick? Love or hate? Because they are both four-letter words, like I wrote in one of my raps. You understand? One is good and one is absurd. You understand what I'm saying? Now, they said Martin Luther King died because he was going against the church and stuff. That's what really happened. It wasn't the poor people campaign. It was because he was going up against the church and he was messing with their money and stuff. Real talk. See, their money is not coming in the way it used to come in and stuff because they already got paid. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. They've already gotten paid. They need to give back to the community and to the people who supported them. But of course, they'll rather label you crazy or, ostracize you or single you out or target you. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. I don't go to church to flirt, this, that, and third. I go to church to get my spirit right. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't look this way, a man, had it not been for five guys violating me and science, because science is real, you know, growing me up to look like, the rapist that violated me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the most problems I have from people is from guys. You understand what I'm saying? Older guys at that. You understand what I'm saying? You can do all the good in the world and they always find something wrong with you and stuff. Now, it's not just gay people going through stuff. I'm pretty sure it's whoever that has a dream that has, outshunned the people that came before them and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? If we don't all come together for real, we're going to all perish as fools. That's what Martin Luther King said. We're going to all perish as fools. You understand? Now, I'm not trying to gay bash Martin Luther King, but he was no saint. I'm not a saint. You're not a saint. So who are you to throw stones? Ye without sin cast the first stone. That's what the Bible said. You understand? So every time I go to this church, it's like a problem and stuff. So, they try to say spirituality versus religion. Spirit gonna always win. It's gonna always win. You understand what I'm saying? Look, I'm not trying to upstage nobody. I'm just trying to say, maybe a guy need to um, have a change of heart or sit down and talk to a gay person before you gay bash and stuff. Real talk, because we have accumulated the most money, and those are still my friends you bothering. I don't appreciate it and stuff. Real talk. Now you can do what you want to do with me. You understand what I'm saying? Because it don't bother me. You understand? I got tough skin. You understand? Real talk. Long story short, I don't discriminate people that's bald headed, men that got cue balls in the top of their head. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know, I just, that's not my spirit. You understand? Because who am I, right? Who am I to judge? So for the pastor who, don't understand how this works, until you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, you don't have a right to discriminate, especially if you're a public figure. Because every dollar that went into that church, I guarantee you, somebody gay is a part of that dollar. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. You understand? You might want to read that song time and time again, because we have tried to tell you time and time again who we are and stuff. And we want to be happy, joyous, and free. Gay only means happy. And if a person is not bothering you and they just love a person and stuff, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you're more of a problem, and your people harassing and antagonizing, targeting gay people than gay people are trying to love you. So you might want to put that in your heart and, try to figure it out and stuff, because the world has changed, and it's either gonna get better or worse and stuff. And like I said, I'm the manifestation of the Martin Luther King dream. Now, I went to the AA Mustard Seed yesterday for a meeting because, I didn't feel good about the church. You understand what I'm saying? And I just try to, stay connected or whatever and stuff. And I was walking up the stairs from the train station or whatever and stuff, and I was counting the stairs. There's a lot of stairs. 71 steps. And I told you I dropped the 1 and the 7 yesterday, and I put it on video, and I put in the description of this video. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing happens in this world by mistake. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed. The mustard seed AA meeting address is 507. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do is take the 0 out, come from behind. That's 75. I became the originator of rap at the age of 8 in 1975. Nothing happens in this world by mistake. You understand? So, with that said, happy birthday to Martin Luther King. You understand what I'm saying again? And, they wanted people to stand up in the church for him or whatever. I did not stand up because people did not stand up for me. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. When I needed them to stand up, they're trying to discredit me and label me crazy. And of course, that's what they always do. But, in the end, my real people know, because I live my truth. The love of my life, you understand what I'm saying? We walk this city, Chicago, like a heterosexual couple, because I earned that right. And I knew in the end it was going to try to, uh, get back at me for being happy and stuff. Real talk. They don't want to see you happy for some reason. They want you alone and talking to yourself in the room. And, that's why they gave me cancer in 2016, because I kept it too real and stuff. And I'm always keep it real with myself. Long story short, people, don't die in vain. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this. You know what I do? I break the balls, flip the Bible, and I already proved my point yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? Which should have got me a Nobel Peace Prize just for, keeping it real. But they say you're nobody until somebody kill you. I say if I die, we all die. That's what I say. And nothing failed. And I had a feeling nothing was gonna fall. You know why? Because when you do it the first time and you get it right and you try to do it again, but the closest one is this fits in to the pocket. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. You see, because he was born on the 15th. So if anything was going to drop, it was going to be that. So, even though nothing dropped, the closest get the mostest, right? Now, I'm the type of person, I keep trying till something happen. But you see it for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing happens in this world by mistake. He was born January 15th. Even though nothing dropped, that's how close we was to, making the dream come true. It's my story. I'm going to tell it the way I want to tell it. Because you let somebody else tell your story, they'll mess it up. For real. So, I just want to see what dropped. You understand what I'm saying? But you saw it for yourself. They so quick to try to discredit me. You heard the background music, the ambulance. Every time I try to do a video, if you hear those ambulance in the background, that means they just trying to get rid of me and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. If they touch me, I promise you, they gotta do away with me forever. Now, that's the white ball. This the color purple. I gave Oprah Winfrey my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984. What's the chances of the color purple falling twice? What's the date? What's the day, y'all? Tell the truth. This is the 12 and this is the 4. What is today? Tell me. What is today? January the 16th, right? That's the 4. And that's the 12. And that's why we never give up. Today is the 16th. Moon Monday, that's what I call it. Don't shit on me and say it's raining. See, we don't stop, not even for the cops and all that background music. That just inspires me. The white ball fell on the ground. But what's the chances of me dropping both the color purples? And today being the 16th. See, I flipped the Bible yesterday to, I believe, what was it? First Chronicles chapters 15 and 16. So you can take that scripture and in this lesson, Brazier, I'm going to say your name, and you can learn from me. You understand what I'm saying? You can continue to use me up and act like you don't know who I am. But I guarantee you, when God comes knocking at your spirit and your door, you're going to realize my higher power is not a man. Okay? This is 2 Chronicles chapter 23 on my mama and 24. You see the 444? Jay-Z got a 444 album. Tupac said, I got a 44 for you. They said my mother, Mary Lee Wright, died March 23rd of 2000. I don't know what all this say, but what I do know is numbers don't lie. 2 and 4 is 6. I was in the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper at the age of 6 in 1973. Nothing happens in this world by mistake. Now, that's 444, which is 12, that's 13. Coming from behind, that's 31. I got railroaded May 31st, 2008 for so-called disarming a police officer, something I did not do. Coming from behind, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. The color purple came out in 1985 if you're coming from behind. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. They say make it make sense. I try to do the best I can. If this don't make sense to you, then you just slow. Stop using my people and my story in vain, because it will come back to haunt you. And that time and time again song, you keep that since you don't want to give it back. Okay? And maybe, one day when you're about 90 or whatever, if you make it, gotta ruffle your goddamn spirit and do the right thing by me. Instead of putting Martin Luther King on the screen, because I done shook your hand twice. And you talked about, shaking his hand or whatever and stuff. I shook your hand twice. And I try to get your attention and let you know that, the dream came true. Real talk. And for my gay people out there, don't even worry about it. Just form your own church and stuff and put them other ones out of business. $1 trillion a year, and you can't even do what I just did. You understand what I'm saying? Make it make sense. And with that, this your ghetto news reporter, Mary Dash, between the Mary and the Lee. Don't let nobody stop you, okay? Keep going. And if you have to, run over them. Peace.